Hey everybody, it's Julie. Thanks for joining me for another Bible journaling process video. We're using the May Faith Art Box from Creative Retreat, and this is the devotional, and it was written by Brittany Carlton, and I just love this particular part right here where it gives the definition of bloom and faith, and then I also love this part, the title card of the devotional, and so I'm going to be using that. If you've watched any of my videos before, you know I love to use these devotional cards. So I'm going to be using that up. I've already done the study, so make sure you've done that before you cut up the card. So I'm actually just punching out this title portion of the card. I'm using a circle punch, but you could cut it, you could use a circle punch, you could do whatever you want to for that if you're going to be recreating this. So I'm using a circle punch just to frame that portion of the title. I just really loved how it worked, and I am challenging myself in this particular process to only use the cardstock stickers. I'm not going to be doing any stamping, and to just use the cardstock stickers, and then these, going to use a little bit of washi tape, and I'm using some gelato for the background. So I'm pulling out a washi tape. I really have no idea where this one came from. It's just in my stash. I'm trying to cover up this print here at the bottom. Hey, I love Brittany. She's actually on our team, but in my Bible here, I just wanted to cover that part up. So where it says written by, I'm covering that up. And this particular washi tape is a little too translucent, so I pulled out two different types of washi tape, and I'm covering that up down there at the bottom. And this particular tape has the pink and the peach flowers and some of the green, so it matches okay. Now, Creative Retreat does have some wonderful washi tapes in the shop, so make sure to check those out. And then I also punched out part of the devotional card backing to make a tag. So here I've pulled out a gelato, and this one is metallic melon, and I'm just coloring it kind of like you do a crayon, like you did when you were in kindergarten. Just coloring that along the margin. And now I'm taking a baby wipe and smoothing that in. Gelatos activate with water, and it just smooths it in. They blend. You've got to give it a good rub, though. So my hand doesn't really move that fast. I've sped it up. And I'm rubbing that in, and it's not quite as smooth as I want, so I'm coming on with a damp paintbrush, and now I'm rubbing that in a little bit more, and that makes it softer. I just want to get some color in the margin, and that's all I'm going for. So now I'm taking that same gelato and the same baby wipe, and I just picked up some of the color on the edge of my baby wipe, and I'm rubbing it along the edge of my pieces here, along the edge of that circle, the cutout, and now along the edge of my page, and it just gives it a soft feathery look. I'm just scraping the edge slightly just to give it a soft feathery kind of a cloudy look, and also along the edge of the tab, and it just gives it a finished soft look. So there we go, couple of pieces there done, and you can see with this beautiful peach bow that it's just going to look really nice there up top. So what are we doing here? We are in Philippians chapter 1, verse 6. This is one of my favorite books in the Bible, Philippians. There is so much packed in it. And this whole devotional is focused on blooming and growing in Christ. So what I'm doing here is I use the card there to say bloom in faith, and now I'm going to say bloom in Jesus using the cardstock stickers. And I love this font of these alpha stickers that we have here. So I pulled out the Jesus sticker. And then what I wanted to do, where it had in the devotional the definition of bloom and the definition of faith, I wanted to actually write those in. So the text reads, verse 6 of chapter 1 of Philippians, "And I am sure of this, that he who began a good work in you will bring it to completion at the day of Jesus Christ." Now, bloom, according to the devotional, says to come into or be in full beauty or health, to flourish. That's the verb. And then faith is the noun. Strong belief in God based on spiritual apprehension rather than proof. So to bloom is to come to completion, and faith is that belief in God. So to bloom in faith is to flourish into the full beauty of yourself by having faith in God. So I'm putting that down. I'm going to be journaling that. You saw me use my EK Success powder tool to just brush off the stickiness on the back of that flower, because that's going to be poking out. I didn't want the stickiness to be there to pick up dirt or to just, continue to be sticky. I wanted it to lose its stickiness since it's going to be exposed. So that's going to be kind of poking out of the Bible over to the edge. Now you could trim that if you wanted to, but I really want it to poke out. I like the way that looks. So now I'm writing in that definition. And that's what this passage is talking about. Where Jesus has started a good work in us, He will bring it to completion. When we bloom in faith, we're blooming in Jesus. When we're blooming in Jesus, we're blooming in faith. If we have faith in Jesus, then He will be able to finish what He starts in us. And it may be a great work that He's doing in us that is going to be world renowned, or it might just be a great work in your own home, in your own neighborhood, in your own workplace, in your family, in the raising of your children, in the interactions you have day to day, in your social media ministry. It could just be whatever, but whatever God has called you to do, He will bring it to completion as long as you have faith in Him and allow Him to bloom you. So I am hand lettering on the tag Bloom, and you saw I just added a couple of the heart stickers. This was a really simple page. I just used the gelatos, the cardstock stickers, and I cut out that devotional title from the card that is just so beautiful, where it says Bloom in Faith. So don't forget to use all of your resources. That's what it's about. Use what you have. You save money that way, and that's how we can bloom in Jesus, right? Is to use what He's given to us. So I'm stamping the date at the bottom, and it didn't stamp very well because I was stamping over that flower. So I'm fixing that. And there you have it. There's the page. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments section. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up if it inspired you, if you liked it. Share the video with a friend, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out the blog posts that I have linked, and you can also see what the other ladies on the design team are doing with this same kit. And pick up your May kit. It is beautiful, and it is available with the link that I've provided. Thanks so much, and God bless.